So it's a synchronicity, and I try to explain it in. If you were on the drug DMT, now I don't advise you to do this, but people have, and this is what happens to them. They go into another realm of infinite knowledge. If you are a scientifically minded, curious person that is looking for truth in knowledge, possibly pyramids or wherever you want to go, like a giant library of dead people that have contributed to this righteous knowledge. You can go there. Go there today, however, and you'll have bloody aliens flying across and whatever, because it's a deep REM sleep environment that you're artificially putting yourself into, because the DMT you make in your brain anyhow when you're in your deepest sleep. But people of the modern world who have been exposed to all this nonsense and lies and evil put forward by the Catholic Church and the United States and the Tavistock Institute and all these evil organisations, it's all satanic. So what do you end up with? Your mind has already got this in your subconscious, organising itself into some horrific revelation that you will encounter when you go in there. But I don't need to go there because I know it all. But if you went there, you may be able to remember some of the stuff you could come out and ask me about it, and I can give you an update. What it means. For some of you are going to do it. I don't know about it. So you've got to be cleansed first before you go and do that sort of stuff. As for marijuana, well, it should be legalised, and of course in the kingdom will be, and controlled like everything else. You just can't give the keys to a Mercedes-Benz to a 2-year-old. You've got to have limits and guidance by the wise before you can go down that route. But the most important thing in anything you do is take your religion and put it on a shelf and ignore it. All you're looking for is truth, and when you get it, you'll find that I am looking at you. And I'm saying, yes, I was Jesus, and now my life continued, instantly conceived in my mother, because I couldn't go to hell. No sin. So the soul of Jesus, which is Yahweh, comes back into a little baby and becomes again the most royal person alive through a natural conception, as Jesus was with Joseph. And that's what it's all about. Now, when I'm taking the throne here, it's a throne in your heart that I'm looking for, not some piece of junk that coincidence at all. And I have been a bit despondent as of late, because as things are reaching a climax, my position in all this, of course, will be as the king, and then I've got to put up with all the grovelling. I'm serious. It sounds a bit strange. I had this, I was down at Nimbin, there's a poor man down there, lovely fellow, but he found out that I was Yahweh, and of course I told him to keep his mouth shut. Anyhow, he's grovelling, he wanted to kiss my feet. I picked it up. So anyhow, he tells his father, and he's already been in a mental ward, so his father, I talked to him on the phone and said, don't worry about it. I said, I'll straight him in. Because I didn't. And he ended up getting locked up for 5 months in a mental ward, which is something that would happen to you if you carry on like he was carrying on. Right? So if you are lucky enough to meet me, don't get sloppy. Treat me like another human being, because you're a human being and I'm a human being, because that's what God is. To be a human being in the physical realm, the spirit of God in the physical realm. Be a human being. So if you're a Muslim, yeah, I like Iran. I like the many facets of the Muslim life. I don't like women's roles who have legitimate complaints, depending on the country you're in. And I don't like having to say, this is what you said, this is the law. No caliph, no lawkeeper, no legal mind will quote me something and say this is what it's going to be because this is what Allah said. Well, I can tell you that ain't going to happen. Everything will be considered and righteously it will be implemented in a loving way. So, will I be lopping off heads? No. Well, there's one now, we just finished off this morning. The kids are out in the pool, it's a lovely day. And we have to move from here because of the, they put these microwave towers on top. And they are bombarding us with these very, very high pitched radio waves because they think some people, like I just give them the opportunity and just see what you can do with them. But they can cause you to hear voices and do all sorts of strange things. So no, I won't be hurting anybody or putting people in prison and so forth. As for the Jews, the Talmud, the Jews in the Old Testament, Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, it's all Talmud. The greatest abomination of all time. There's a little bit of Genesis you can keep. And I have not read Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Exodus. Didn't happen. I haven't read the book of Ezekiel. I haven't read the book of Isaiah. I've read none of the epistles of the Apostle Paul, who wasn't an apostle, he made himself an apostle. I have not read any of the Gospels all the way through, nor the Revelation. You know why? I didn't write it. I think we can agree on that. If you thought that a supreme being, the almighty, the omnipotent, would write such fucking trash, you got to have your head examined.